Matthew Perry's stepfather Keith Morrison opens up about Friends star's death. Matthew Langford Perry was an American and Canadian actor. He gained international fame for starring as Chandler Bing on the NBC television sitcom Friends. Perry also appeared on Ally McBeal and received Primetime Emmy Award nominations for his performances in The West Wing and The Ron Clark Story. Perry was found dead in the hot tub of his Los Angeles home on October 28. Officials said the Fool's Russian star underwent ketamine infusion therapy over a week before his passing and was reportedly clean for 19 months at the time of his death. There were no evidence of alcohol, methamphetamine, cocaine, heroin, PCP, or fentanyl in Perry's system, according to the report. Matthew Perry's stepfather and veteran Dateline correspondent Keith Morrison said he can still feel the echo of the late actor's presence every day. In a new interview with Today co-host Hoda Kotb on her Making Spaces podcast, Morrison opened up about his stepson's sudden death at 54. The beloved actor, who was propelled to global stardom after landing a role on Friends, died on October 28 of an apparent drowning incident at his California home. Perry felt he was overcoming his decades-long battle with addiction at the time of his tragic death, according to Morrison. He felt like he was beating it, said Morrison, who has been married to Perry's mother Suzanne since 1981. But you never beat it, and he knew that, too. It's with you every day, he said of the grief. It's with you all the time, and there's some new aspect of it that assaults your brain. It's not easy. Morrison added that the Fool's Russian star didn't get to have his third act, and that's not fair. Elsewhere, the former correspondent said Perry was closer than ever with his mother at the time of his death. They were texting each other constantly, he said of the pair, and shared things with her that most middle-aged men don't share with their mothers. He was goofy. He was funny. He was acerbic, Morrison added. But even if he didn't say a word, he was the center of attention. When it comes to comparing the late actor to himself, Morrison said the pair were, as they say, chalk and cheese. He was loud and out there and funny and aggressive. He had that kind of very fiery personality, and mine is not like that, as you can imagine, he said. But we got along fine. I never tried to replace his dad, but I was there for him, and he knew it. Elsewhere, Morrison said he tried to support Perry as much as possible through the years, no matter how challenging the situation became. That's a whirlwind of a life, to get involved in a program that became as wildly successful as it was, to be fighting an addiction that was so virulent, that went after him so hard, he shared. He said that the late actor would get to a certain point where he knew he needed to get treatment and accept help when he needed it. Cause of death. The County of Los Angeles Department of Medical Examiner determined the cause of death for 54-year-old actor Matthew Langford Perry as the acute effects of ketamine, the Los Angeles coroner's office said. Perry died from the acute effects of ketamine and drowning, his autopsy revealed, with the actor having similar quantities of ketamine in his system as a hospital patient under general anesthetic. The Friends alum's will, which was created in 2009, stipulated that a majority of his belongings will be placed in the Alvy Singer Living Trust, a trust that shares the same name as Woody Allen's neurotic playwright character in Annie Hall. According to court documents obtained by E! News March 12. The legal papers also stated that Perry did not want any kids he would have had to be entitled to his fortune. I have intentionally omitted from this will and the trust any provision for any of my heirs, issue, relatives, or other persons who are not named, the actor noted in a signed copy of his will, which was included in the filing. I also intentionally do not provide for any stepchildren or foster children that I now have or may later acquire. Instead, Perry's dad John Perry, mom Suzanne Morrison, half-sister Caitlin Morrison, and ex-girlfriend Rachel Dunn, who he dated for 2 years before their 2005 breakup, were listed as trust beneficiaries. As for the executors, the 17-again actor named Lisa Ferguson and Robin Risen, Mike Myers' ex-wife who executive produced game show Celebrity Liar, on which Perry appeared in 2010. If one of them fails or ceases to act, he noted in his will, I nominate the other of them to act as executor hereof. At the time of Perry's death, He had over $1 million in personal property in addition to what was already in his living trust, according to the documents filed by Ferguson on March 8th. The filing noted that Perry never married and did not have any children. "We are all so utterly devastated by the loss of Matthew," they said joint statement to E! News in the wake of his passing. "We were more than just castmates. We are a family."